Here we are today. We're back for episode 25, our first episode after Toronto. We are joined by streaming sensation, the Katana gaming star, one of my favourite personalities in the EU scene, Dashie. I mean, how are we, my man?
Man, I'm doing amazing. I'm glad to be here, bro. Like I said, because we just said before the pod started, I haven't been on a pod since the Noctamon with you, so
Ah,
I'm
it's,
excited, bro.
I'm glad to have you back, mate. I'm back to back. I appreciate you, mate. Um, I mean, I've got to quickly ask, right? You're not, you're fresh off of a 60-hour subathon. I mean,
Yeah,
how's the
yeah,
vibe after that, mate? That must have been incredible.
yeah, bro. It was actually it was ridiculous, bro. It was something like so you know the crazy part about it. It wasn't this. It was necessarily the subs that kept it going. It was the bits, bro. It was like 280 something subs, right? But it was like 60,000 bits or something as well, bro. It was the most ridiculous thing. But no, it was unreal, bro. It was literally like obviously I slept and kept the stream running, but it was literally like it was like 14 hours, 16 hours, and then like literally the whole day until the subathon. Like the third day is when the subathon timer ran out. But no, it was unbelievable, bro. And yeah, since I've come back, it was like the day after I was absolutely knackered and I had a pad break on me, and I was like, oh, like this is gonna. Do you know what I mean? And
No,
yeah, so it's been recovery really, like catching up on sleep and stuff really, but
mate,
that was good.
a grueler that not many can probably understand just how grueling it is. But I mean, did you get to the 1.7k goal? Did you reach it?
It's a great question. I did. I think I did.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
incredible, by the way. Is
Yeah, I
that
think
your
we just
highest
we were
ever?
not. Oh, no, I was very very lucky. Once upon a time when I first started, I hit 2.8. But yeah, I know.
Sorry, I wasn't familiar with that type of game,
Yeah.
Dash.
I
Jesus.
wasn't familiar with your game. Yeah, no, I was very lucky, bro. That was yeah, a pretty intense period of time, but
1.7,
1.7, yeah,
incredible, by the way. Like, wow. I mean,
mental.
what's that feeling? But before we do get into it, like 1.7, like, that's mental.
Yeah, bro, it's just mad because it's not even just like the financial incentive of it. It's just like when you're popping like that, yeah, and you're appealing to that many people, and people are willing to like do shit like that, bro. It's like that like you're doing something right. Like what you're doing is going in the right direction. Do you know what I mean? It's not even just like I said. It's not even just a financial incentive behind the subs. It's like an indicator you're doing some shit right. Do you know what I mean? You're
Yeah,
getting it right,
no.
which is lit, man.
I mean, I don't think anyone can question what you're doing, right? So, I mean, that's going to naturally flow us into segment one, right? And I mean, what is next for you, basically? So, to step back from competing, I mean, I guess,
Yeah.
just the main question I have, right? The first one to start it off. I mean, why retire this year?
Um, it's a good question, bro. And there's not really any way to beat around the bush apart from the fact that like I just feel like where challenges is at, bro, and like how the game feels, and it's like just trying to scrimming a 6 and a 8 every night, and then like especially when maybe I'm not a Cobra, I'm not a T8, I'm not a T6, I'm not I maybe got close at one point at the start of the year to an elite, but I never made the elite, and maybe one day I could have, but I knew like. I don't know. I feel like in life you've got to play to your strengths sometimes, and it's like I wasn't ever the best at like in challenges. Like I definitely rate myself even to this day. Like if I did go back, but like I just don't feel like that path was for me especially when I have something like content and like how well things have been going for me and like the people I have around me and the circle I'm in, and it's like I just feel like I'd just be silly not to just give so much more of my time to something that I'm clearly more talented at in content. Do you know what I mean? Like shit. Like for me, it felt like in competing, it's like I feel like sometimes things are put in front of you in life, and like with competing, it always felt like there was a barrier there, or something happened, or someone dropped out, or this, that, and the other. And it's like there was always something that happened, and it was just like signs on signs on signs. But it's like with content and streaming, bro, like everything in this industry in this life has just like fallen into place slot by slot, and it's just like it just feels like I it's all there for me, like the taking, bro. Like it's just written in the stars, so I have to fucking do it, bro. I just got to send it.
No,
I mean,
I rate that, and I mean, tell by the smile on your face, right? I mean, it's a huge positive. Like this isn't a downer, and I mean, yeah, the path this took you on is frankly incredible. But I mean, was there
yeah,
was there one main factor of where you were like, yeah, this is done, this is me done?
yeah, bro. I think because I feel bad for the boys I went to Toronto with, but I kind of already knew. Like I think they knew as well that like I was done after Toronto, so it was like I felt bad because it's like I probably went in with the wrong mentality. I didn't really mind like what happened at Toronto. Do you know what I mean? I just kind of wanted to enjoy myself and have like one last dance with Paige. But I don't know if there was like one main thing. It was more just a multitude of um, like even for example playing with TK, right? Like that is like that. Like I haven't spoken to him a little bit, but like that was one of my absolute or like still like one of my boys. You know what I mean, and like if I didn't enjoy playing the game, and it wasn't like because anyone specific on the team or because I'm with multiple teams, bro. It's like if I couldn't enjoy playing the game with him, bro, then like it's done for me, bro. There's no reason for me to stay in it. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if there was one like massive turning point. Obviously, like I actually no. I will probably say how my year started compared to how after like pre-Toronto the last 2K where we had like a shit placement. It was like in my head I was like, bro, look at where I was. Do you know what I mean? And look at where my year is now, bro. Like, I went from genuinely thinking I was making elites that year and like starting the year with 16s here and there, and it's like, bro, my year just went. Do you know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
was probably a bit of a. I was like, I need to get myself out of this shit. Like I wasn't getting anything from it but stress and like it being time consuming. Like I wasn't speaking to my parents. I wasn't. You know what I mean? Like I had other shit I had to keep up with as well outside of streaming. So
Yeah, I mean
I mean,
the double, triple grind, quadruple grind with all you do, like it's hard, right? With adding the competing on it, like I mean that requires 8 to 10 hours a day by itself, and then so does your
yeah,
stream. So like balancing
yeah.
them two is just yeah, it's
It's tough. I don't know how
beyond
someone
difficult.
like Gabe done it for has done it for so long. I know obviously he's coaching now, which is lit for Gabe. I'm happy for Gabe, but like the fact that like I don't feel like anyone really appreciates the grind that he did. Like I only did it for a year where I was competing, like because obviously I'm still streaming,
Yeah,
but now I'm not competing. I only did that for a year, and that shit is actually tough, bro. Like to grind the game all day, burn yourself out in the game, and then get on scrims and like keep a leveled head in scrims when you've already been playing for 8 hours. Where Gabe's been doing that for like for a hot minute, bro.
yeah.
But
Do you put most of your year down to we spoke about it around Boston, but do you think like missing the Boston event was probably like one of the major downfalls in your
yeah,
year? Yeah,
yeah, bro. Because it's like we literally the first cup of the year, bro, and it was me, Lamp, Jack and Jackson. So me, Lamp, Frimja, and Jackson, and we got that 16. It was like, bro, had I'd even because they didn't want to go. That was the whole reason I didn't go. I wanted to go to events and shit, but then I was like, you know what? Like if I go Boston and then like I don't team with them, then maybe I don't get a better team when I come back. But in reality, I should have literally just gone to Boston, played with a team, got a minimum 500 pro points, come back with the pro point seed, and like and gone back to the team I was on. But the fact that we didn't go Boston, bro, it's like we went from a top 16 seed, and then Boston happened, and everyone come back, and then suddenly the seedings had just like we were no longer a top 16 seed because we just didn't go to the event. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like I said, bro, it started really well, but shit happens, bro. You know what I mean? It went downhill.
yeah. I mean, shit happens, mate. But I
Yeah.
guess like you said, Toronto before, right? How heading into Toronto, knowing you were done. I mean, what was your vibe? Like, honestly, what was your vibe? Because obviously, we had a good time
Yeah.
when we were there. Like,
Yeah, we did.
were
Yeah.
you just going for
Um.
fun? Like, it must be hard when you go with the mindset of knowing, like, I'm done anyway.
Yeah. No, definitely, bro. But like, I didn't want to go out on like a shit. You know what I mean? Like event. Like, I definitely wanted to try go out on a bang in it, but it's just like with all that happened with the team, like we had so many teams, like or so many people, like that not end up going, and like teams switch around that I'd been practicing for months, and this, that, and the other, and it's like by the time we come around to Luto, Powerhouse, and Page, it's like bro, like we didn't even scrim. We didn't. You know what I mean, like we turn up to the scrims the next day, and fucking Paige and Luter are just on absolute Mars, bro. And I'm just like, yeah, like, you know what I mean, like whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean, but like I definitely did want to go out on a bang, and like I said, I wouldn't have turned up to scrims at the practice center the day before if I didn't actually want to like do something good. But my point being wasn't that I didn't care. It was that it like Boston when I got round at Boston in MW2 that ruined my like whole week, like my whole week. Like, I couldn't enjoy the place I was in because
Yeah.
I cared so much about the fact I'd done so poorly. And the difference is when I went to Toronto is I would have loved to have done well. I'd love to have gone out on a bang. But if shit didn't go my way, I'm there and I'm enjoying myself and I'm enjoying the people around me. And you know what I mean?
No, I like that. I mean, a lot of players just don't do that. So, I mean, it's good to
Yeah.
hear, but I mean, with what you're doing, you're a completely different mindset to a lot of people that I'm sure we'll talk about the whole ecosystem and the structure we've had this year so far from others.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, you're under Katana. What was the vibe from Hef, from Ryan, from the Katana staff when you went to them with saying, look, I don't want to compete anymore. I want to push content. What was the initial feedback from them?
I mean, they're always unreal with me, aren't they? Like, especially because like we know the whole story of like me being in Vanguard, what I was, and them like still putting money into me back then, like support and stuff. Like, if I could turn around to Heffy tomorrow and say like, this is it. Like, I mean, I'm never like honestly, I love what I do, so I'd never do it. But theoretically speaking, I'd turn around to Heffy tomorrow and be like, I just don't want to do any of this shit anymore. And he'd be like, you know what, mate, if it makes you happy, type thing. But no, they've been so supportive, bro, and I'm sure you know, I'm still yet to like kind of sit down and talk about like, you know, what we're gonna like, what I can do with, you know, Katana going forward and like the content I can do with them and stuff like that. But like, I'm sure like, you know, I have a lot more time to like, you know, do content with them, you know, whether that be videos or even podcasts or anything like this. I'm saying I have more time for it. So I feel like from their perspective, it's more of a plus than anything because like don't get me wrong, it was good having me maybe as a player like for Katana, but at the same time, like I said to you before, I'm not like a top 6 player.
Yeah.
I'm not making them any dough from that. I'm not like, do you know what I mean? Like I'm not, do you know what I mean? Like I feel like they're gonna get more use out of me as a content creator anyway. So in that sense,
Yeah.
so yeah, they've been amazing with it, bro. They'll support me, you know, to the edge of the earth, bro.
Yeah, with Hef, I've got no doubt, mate. I mean, from my time around him, like, yeah, being around like the pair of you together in Toronto, I mean, you get on like a house on fire. He seems like super
Yeah.
supportive, like it's a genuine relationship. Seems like, if anything, like outside of the business, you're friends as well, which like I think's
Mm.
huge. So yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like a healthy dynamic, mate. So I don't see the
No,
partnership ending anytime soon.
yeah. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Unless he wants to randomly get rid of me one day. But yeah, fingers crossed.
I mean, yeah, I can't see it, bro. I can't see it.
Hopefully not.
I mean, one question I have got, right? I mean, did your stream grind ever hinder you on your comp grind? And I don't ask that from anything I've heard like for yourself, but I know other players
Yeah.
have done similar things, like talking to some of their ex teammates, like they didn't like it. So, like, did you ever see
Yeah.
it as a hindrance?
Definitely, bro. I was very like grateful that a lot of like the year I spent this year was like with like people I got along really well, like Jackson. Like, I've known that guy since day dot. He's like one of my closest mates. Like Jack Frimj. Like I haven't spoke to him in a little bit, but I absolutely love that guy. Lamp, obviously, so funny, bro. Like with they were really nice people, and they weren't gonna be like, oh, you just got to stop streaming. They knew that was never happening. But like I feel like at points, I probably did turn up to scrims here and there, just like not chalked off mood, but like sometimes you have had a bit of a long stream or like something's happened in the day or like you've been playing COD for 8 hours and you're just tired. And I probably there was points where definitely you're right. It would have been a hindrance at points. Do you know what I mean? Um, but yeah, especially across like a consistent basis, like when you get deeper into the year, and the game becomes kind of like more tedious when you play it so much. It's like it did become like maybe harder to like give 100 in every single scrim and every single chow or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So I definitely do feel like that's why I tip Gabe so heavy, bro. Like to this day,
Yeah,
it's like the consistency that guy has with competing to such a good level. Because like he's like twice what I would ever be in challenges, bro. And like he competed. I would say competed like past tense, obviously because he's coach. I know he's going back next year, but like he went to such a high level so consistently for so long, bro. And like I don't know, it's actually crazy to think of like how he must turn up to every single scrim like still ready, like raring to go. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. I mean,
But for
especially
me, it did hinder, yeah.
yeah, and especially like with the team blender, he's had a lot of roster
Mm,
moves. It seems like NA's pretty similar to EU. Like it's
mm.
consistent roster changes. He's to my knowledge challenged for like top 8 all year. Like you say, like streams are like still popping every day. It's like the consistency is mental, but I think that's why
Yeah,
people like him and you succeed because it's just like it's ruthless. The grind's the grind. Like
yeah.
even you don't take days off. Like I hear you all the time. You're like Lucy tells me to take a day off, and you're like, no, like I'm not taking it off. Like
Mm.
I'm gonna be on my PC. I'm gonna be up, so I'm streaming and like
Yeah,
grind's the grind.
yeah,
And yeah, you can only tip it. But what's the future hold, Dash, mate?
bro. Hopefully, positive things. Like even now that I've stopped competing, I have time. I've like obviously started like pushing out to other like content platforms and stuff like that. And I've seen such like obviously a big like even at the point in the games and where like this game's viewership is like very much like lower than like where it maybe like last year was at this point and stuff like that. And the fact that like I at a point in the year it kind of went stagnant almost for like viewership and stuff like that and like what I could do. And it's like I'm sitting there like bro, like this game is just like it's not banging on like content, like just no one's doing anything with it. But obviously now I've stopped competing. um I kind of like I feel like I'm winding in like my content circle, people I speak to, and I don't know, like since I've quit, it's just it really feels like it's taking off. So as far as like what the future holds, obviously like I said, pushing out to other platforms, like really putting a shift in there, like even live streaming other platforms as well, like TikTok and shit like
Yeah,
that, which I've really been trying to push for. Um, but yeah, I'm just hoping. I just want to keep like my individual brand. Obviously, I want Katana to like come along the way, and anyone that like helps alongside me, I want them to grow with me. But like as far as like my individual brand, like, I'm just hoping that just continue like with the grind, just continues to just like skyrocket. Do you know what I mean? That's literally, bro. I just want to succeed, man. That's all I want, bro. It's just a win, bro.
I just
So
love your energy, man. It's infectious. Honestly, he's a grinder. fucking
Mm.
love it, man. Uh, oh, mate, you just got me going on a tangent. Honestly, you throw my brain off. It's incredible, Dash, mate. Just keep it up, bro. Honestly.
You're a
I
goat,
mean,
man.
could you see yourself pushing into making content around like competitive COD, like we've seen other big personalities do, like when stepping back from competing, like like the podcasts, like I mean Zero, I think that's like a great example of like some
Yeah.
different forms of content he does. I mean, is that something you want to do? Could you see yourself like making content around challenges and the CDL?
Yeah. Like I wouldn't see it replacing what I do or by any means or like it like hindering in the sense that I wouldn't maybe do if I did that type of content it wouldn't stop what I do now 7 days a week and I'd still do my same streams. But like I could see it like something like that maybe like running in tandem. Do you know what I mean like alongside. But like I'm very open minded like you know this is the first time even though I've been full time streaming and that for like quite a long quite a good amount of time now. This is the first time that I've sat down in my head and now I know that everything is into it. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I'm fairly like open-minded on just like ideas, um, whether it be content for Katana, myself, other people. Like I just kind of really want to branch out and like what Trey's doing is amazing. Like with Breaking Point and that.
Yeah.
Like that's unreal. Obviously that's maybe like a different. He's on a slightly different like wave. You know what I mean to me because obviously he has a lot more motion and shit. But it's not something I'd be against by any point because I do still love like COD. Do you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
it's not like I fully fell out of the love for it. It's just that there was something else in front of me that everything was lining up and like I mean, I'd be silly if I didn't hop on this like on this train. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So,
I think that's one of the points of the question, to be honest. Like you said, like is that love still there for it? Like, could you sit there and watch it for 8 hours a day? Make the content around it, or like some
mhm,
people when they step away from something like it's pushed to a side. It's like they don't even want to think about it. But you're still in very
yeah.
much a good place with it all.
Yeah, no, definitely, bro. Like, I've definitely since I've quit, I've really like taken my eye off it. Like, I didn't really watch any of the league or anything like that. But that's not out of like not loving it. Like, I do want to go back and like watch it and like I said like form content around it. But I think just for now, like I just need a quick separation from it, get my feet on the ground with everything I want to get going now with other platforms and shit. And then like like I said, I can come back and I don't want to be completely out of touch from the community, bro. Because there's so many people that like when I first said that I was stepping away, there was so many people panicking about like what does this mean? Like, I mean, like, because there's certain people that do, like, come to me for like, competitive,
Yeah.
like, minded COD. So, um, no, yeah, I definitely am not like stepping fully away in the sense of like I'm gonna be out of touch from challenges and stuff like that. Like, I do want to kind of keep my head in the game at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. How much of a worry was that for you in terms of like obviously you sort of built it around the competitive aspect? Like a lot of players would come into your rank streams like this is a competitive player. Like was that ever in the back of your mind like if I'd short competing like this could really hinder what I'm building in terms of like your stream?
Yeah, no, 100%, bro. It was a massive worry. Um, but like kind of like you said, I just had to kind of send it, bro, and then like just work with the results. Like, I think it was a big worry for me that like I wanted to be viewed as like this respectable on Twitch. Like, even though maybe like when you compare me to other like challenge players, I wasn't that great. But from a more casual point of view, it's like, oh, he's a challengers player. On like
Yeah.
you're streaming on Twitch. I'm grinding top 250. It's like and like you want to have that like that persona, that view that you're this like talented, like that you're this talented COD player. And I was worried that when I you stop playing, it's like maybe some of that like that persona or not persona, but like maybe some of that image kind of goes with it when you stop playing. But I don't know, like I feel like I'm still putting in the shifts and like grinding the top 250 and stuff like that, which is like from 99% of a casual. You'd be surprised, like 99.9% of the casual player base probably care more that you're in the top 250 than they do that you play challenges.
Yeah.
So it's like that's what I'm saying. Like, so it didn't really, even though I was so worried about it, it didn't really kind of impact how I kind of expected it to, or like was worried that it would, because so many people care so much more about the top 250. So.
But yeah, I mean, it's mental to me, but I mean, it is
Mm.
what it is. But if anything, it seems to have gone the other way, to be honest, mate, from popping in your recent streams. Like, you just don't seem to be stopping, mate. You're just going one way and
Yeah.
it's just up. So I
No, I
love to. I
appreciate
mean,
it.
you could, at the end of the day as well, like, you could have always gone back to it. Like, there was, like, if
Yeah.
it did go south, like, you can always go back to competing. You never know. You might be him on the next game, mate, and you might be
Yeah,
like,
Black Ops
lads,
6.
I've got to spawn back in. We might have to
Yeah.
rerun this shit.
Yeah,
um,
literally, bro.
do you ever see yourself moving to another esports? Is that in the question?
Oh, I don't know, bro. I think it was less about, like I say, cause sort of the love for COD, right? Otherwise, I wouldn't stream it every single day, and I'm still kind of involved, like in a sense, competitive because I'm playing ranked play and stuff like that, and I'm still in like the whole challenges cycle. I still talk to the boys. Um, it's less about like me wanting to move away from COD and more about me wanting to move away from competing in general. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And like take on this like new, like you said, like this path of content, because the whole point is that like I know like I can do what I can do with content, and if I give that more time, more energy, then like boost that, maybe go a bit further with that. But like with competing, it just takes up too much time. It's like the stress of competing as well, and like performing and stuff like that. You put so much time and energy into a scrim, into practicing this, that, and the other, and you load up into a tournament or a 2K or whatever, and it's like you don't get what you want, and it's like it's just for nothing, bro. Especially when you see maybe like other people like not practicing, not scrimming, loading in, getting a good bracket, and just like outperforming you when you're sitting there like just working your ass off. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, won't say no names, but yeah, there's a fair few that can just spawn in and seem to just reach a top 8,
yeah,
a top 16 floor. So
yeah,
you just got to tip it. It is
yeah.
what it is. I mean, 2Ks, you mentioned it, right? Are you still going to spawn into them? Are you still going to go on it? Have some fun in them?
Bro, I tried to spawn into the last one, bro, but it fucking, bro, the Face It website, yeah. So I had 4 people in the team. It was like just a vibe squad. It was like me, Asek, Kaiser, and like Asek's boy.
Oh,
And it was just literally like just a couple of mates, bro. Like, I didn't actually care about hence why they didn't have PPs, bro. I think we had like 2.8k PPs and it was all me. Like, do you know what I mean? It was like something like that. It was no PPs on the team. I don't give a fuck. But the point being is that I tried to just load in with the boys, run a 2k. Do you know what I mean? But I had 4 people on my team. I clicked enroll like millions of times. It said there wasn't 4 people on my team, so I was like, chalk it off, bro. Didn't end up getting into it, even though I tried to. But yeah, I definitely would spawn into a 2k, bro, just because like is one thing I said like to like kind of comfort everyone when I was like, I'm quitting, and there was a lot of people like in the chat like, worried about it, like what does this mean? And that's what I said. That's like one thing I said is like I will still play 2Ks. I'll still load into a 2K, and there will still be a 2K stream. Um, so I load in, but I'm not sitting there like LF1 for next 2K minimum 2K PPs. I mean, like I'm just like I'm loading in with the boys. I'm gonna enjoy myself, and if I can pull an absolute like honker of a placement, then so be it, mate. You know what I mean?
oh, no, I love
But,
it. And I've got one final question right on this segment. Is when's the
yeah.
next subathon, mate? After the last one, absolutely went crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I plan on everyone was saying in chat about doing it like quarterly. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like every, so couple, I think like every couple months or so. Do you know what I mean? It definitely has to be like when I have like have that time. Like I feel like there's a really good time to do it because it was start of the season, so it
Yeah.
was a good opportunity for me to get ahead on the 250. Get it very quickly, get ahead of the SR curve. You know what I mean? And shit like that. But yeah, I want to do it like every couple months, bro, because it wasn't even like I said, it's not even from like a greedy standpoint or me like wanting or needing or anything like that, bro. It was that like, bro, like I think it was the fact that I was live for so many hours of the day that like people were just loving that shit, bro.
Yeah.
It's like because I have American viewers, I have to have over like 15 like regulars that come in now from Australia or like New Zealand or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have so many people from so many parts of the world that like if I'm live at 10, like I have those people in. Do you know what I mean? They just kind of like circulate throughout the day, bro. So it's like when I was live for like 14 hours, 16 hours, 16 hours, like day, like, after another, it was like they just tuned in at any point and I was there. I think that was like a large part of it, bro. It was like, it wasn't even, it was, I think like sometimes I feel like they wanted it more than like I wanted to do a subathon. Do you know what I mean? Like that, it was so good. Like actually, but yeah, like I always say, like, I'm very blessed to have the community I do. So they're all very, very lovely people, very supportive. So
Community's everything, mate. And yeah, I think, like you said, they wanted the stream to go on more than you
yeah,
did. So,
yeah, yeah.
I
I
mean,
was actually knackered.
you were dead by
Yeah.
the end of it. I
Yeah.
can't believe you managed to spawn in here. To be honest, I thought you'd still be chalk, but I mean, you look raring for another 60-hour stream. So incredible.
Yeah,
But
we're ready for it.
well, I mean, that's the future with Dash. I mean, what's in store? I mean, I can't wait. So,
Mm.
I mean, segment 2, right? We've got predictions for the rest of the season. So now I'm really going to be testing, right, just how locked that you've been in. And we're going to be holding you accountable by the end of the season for some of these.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, we've got EU Elite Group A predictions. Let me just pull up it quickly. But off the top of my head, it is Omi, Exceptional, Noctum Falcons, Revived, and Team Maestro. Do you know
Mm.
all the players on them rosters, or do you need the players on the rosters to make a prediction, mate?
Uh, I know. Obviously, I know Maestro because I've seen them. That's spelling that lot, isn't it? Is
Yeah,
it? Is it not? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I know.
Maestro's cooking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, bro. Jake is always cooking, bro. I've been saying this guy's a fucking shooter, bro.
Yeah.
Um. What the other team said?
We got Revived, so that's Disarray and BB Connor and Co. Falcons, obviously,
Yeah.
Luti, Saudis, Noctum, Jed, Niall, and Co. And then exceptional is Rafi, Henry, Pack, and Dot. I believe their roster is going into this elite.
Oh, okay.
So, what 4
Yeah.
teams out of that have you got qualifying?
I've got Omit, number 1. Like, they'll go top. I've definitely got Connor in that lot. Connor Disarray in that lot. I've just been like, you know, they've been like ridiculous since that whole little like group formed. I've definitely got the Falcons,
Yeah.
and then what was it?
It's going to be
Was it
Noctum or
F-Dot?
exceptional then.
Oh, actually, yeah, knocked him. Yeah. Falcons are unreal this year. I don't know. Who
So
I put in.
this is the group of death. So 5 out of the 7 auto qual teams are in this group.
Wow.
Yeah.
How the fuck did that happen, bro?
Yeah, mate, I
No
don't
clue.
know what to tell you. Well, just face it, I guess, mate. They just
Yeah. That's an interesting group, bro. It's just big teams missing out, basically.
Basically, so it's either knocked them off or exceptional, mate, off of you. Which one's getting that last spot?
Oh man. I'll go knock them just off the longevity of like how long they've been together now. You got it right. You got just off like how long they've been together, but
Okay,
yeah,
so
I mean like yeah.
exceptional and Team Maestro are made now Group A. So we'll leave that one to Brew, mate, and then Group B. This is really interesting, right? So we've got 5 Media Clan, obviously the Spanish, and then we got Clutch Rain, but we believe it's a Clutch Rain X-War roster with like the player split under contracts. And that's Denza, Cobra, Bance, and Harry. And then you got Notorious XCR, which is Clutch Rain again. So I mean, that's Twizz's roster of Twiz, Yazza, Firebrone, and Mighty. Then we got the Funhouse, which is Rezi, Wardy, Dizzy, and Chunk, with 22 esports Zappy's roster, and then Clemsy's roster of Clemsy, Nadox, Aiden, and one other. So I mean, who you got going out of that one, mate?
I've got Clems in that going out. Just because I feel like there is a gap. I feel like I view Clem like when you look at like Clemson, I view them as like a consistent 16 team. But like obviously the gap between like an 8 and a 16 is like so like significant. I feel like so I definitely say Clemson in that as like one of the teams that go out. It's still a tough group, innit? Obviously, I mean the war team, the fucking Cobra and Harry on the same team isn't fair, by the way.
Yeah,
that can't be allowed. Like, but I don't know. I don't really want to say it because I fuck with every single person on the 22 roster, but it's just such like a you're in the elite, bro. They're not loaned into a 2K, and you're like, oh, do they beat these teams, bro? Like in elite, there's not a single bad team. There's not a single like poor team. Like every single team is like ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think they'll get rickrolled. Like for example, like when the original 22 was in the elite, and like they definitely deserved it, but at the same time they did get rickrolled when they were in it. Do you know what I'm saying? I see Zappy's team now in under 22 like really like doing like holding like their own. Do you know what I mean? Holding their own. I don't think they'll get out of groups.
Okay.
I hate that because I love the boys on that roster and I don't want to underestimate them whatsoever. But it is a tough group regardless. Do you know what I mean?
Very tough group. So
I want them to do well. I don't know if they will get through groups though.
So 5 Media, Clutch Rain X-War, Notorious X-War, and Rezi's team getting out of it. Okay.
Actually. Actually, no. Wait, I'm just thinking Twizz's team, bro. Yeah. I don't know if 22 lose to that team. I don't know because it's like
they went map 5 against Team Maestro in that winners qualification match. So Team Maestro nearly beat them. Quals.
Actually, no. Fuck it. You know what? Yeah, Twizz is the boy. Yeah, but like, yeah, I'm putting 22 in over them. I completely forgot about that roster you said.
So you got both French rosters going to be bowing out in a Group B. Okay. Yeah, I like that. And then who have you got winning EU Elite Stage 3?
Bro, that's like it has to be Omit or the war team, but like I said, that Cobra Harry like link up and obviously the other two as well. But like I can't see war in that losing the elite. I mean Omit are unreal, but
yeah, I think war are probably more War X Clutch Rain. I think they're my favourites going into it as well. Omit have looked not, but obviously Omit can never look bad, but they've looks like everyone else has caught them up a little bit. At this stage of the season, which is pretty natural. So yeah, this elite is going to be interesting for me, and well, I can't wait. So both of us have got War X Clutch Rain winning it. Okay, I like it. I like it. Yeah. The final Pub Cup. Who have you got winning that? So I think Seed 1 going into that is going to be K2 Esports.
K2, what? Like, isn't Paddy in that lot?
Yeah, I think they're going to be Seed 1 going into it.
Okay. Do you have the top 8 seed list?
Off the top of my head, not really. Well, I mean, a lot of the rosters were pickup rosters, to be honest.
Yeah.
But off the top of my head, you're gonna have like Annex in there. You're gonna have K2 Esports. I'm trying to think who else didn't qualify yesterday.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a really interesting.
Katana will be up there as well, won't they? Loot on that lot.
Yeah, Katana are gonna be up there. Just waiting for the sheet to load now, mate.
Right.
Here we are. So mock seeds heading into it. We can have a look at the teams that didn't qualify. So it's looking like we're gonna have Bradbury's team, obviously Annex team, Teeks' team, and I'll be honest, Teeks is looking kind of nice on the sticks with the Italian roster.
Yeah.
And then we've got media training, which is Marshall and that. But I think Alfie Khan was on about quitting for the year. And then we got juniors lot, Team Higgy, who I actually had qualifying for elite and they didn't make it.
Is that Ben in that?
Yeah, that's Ben W, Theo, Vega, and Higgy. But Vega's also tweeted out he's not playing. But do I believe these tweets? I don't know.
Nah, not with Vega. Listen, I love you, Vega, mate, but
yeah,
I've seen that one too many times before. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
He's not going anywhere.
You can't trust it. So yeah, seed one's looking like K2 Esports, and then hungover will be seed 2, which is Clousey, Cobbs, Brindy, and Drills. Seed 3 is looking like Team Higgy. Seed 4, Team Junior, and then seed 5, media training, and then seed 6 will be Teeks and that. Any teams that stick out that you think they're gonna win that one?
That Brindy team, bro. I'd back any team with Brindy on, bro. That's just like that kid is unreal. Yeah, that C2 team definitely sticks out. K2 obviously, like Paddy and that lot are ridiculous. So they're obviously going to be. I mean, they're C1 for a reason. Do you know what I mean? They'll definitely. I think Paddy's team definitely make finals. And as cliche as it sounds, I know they're C1 and 2, but I honestly think probably finals. Then again, Ben and that lot. I don't know. I guess it depends how the bracket lines up. Like who Ben and that lot play, because like that Higgy team like could quite easily make finals. I mean, Ben's won. Ben's won a European. Yeah,
I think he won the last one, but I might be the most. This might be the most locked I've ever been for a Pop Cup. This one looks very interesting.
Yeah, I'd honestly, to be fair, I'll lock it in and say that C2 wins that. But I feel like the top 3 there are so.
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
Generally just it's like what is that? It's like is that 12 players? Like 12 players. There's 12 players, right? I'm not
3 times 4. That shows 12 players.
Yeah, that is 12 players. So yeah, it's 12 players and they're all like very much like at the same like point of like skill and it's just a mix and match of that like group of players. I mean, so I generally think that the final could be any of those teams, but I'd go C2 to win it.
Right. So if you qualify for the elite, right, you guarantee $1,000. If you win the Pup Cup, you win $2,000, right? Would you rather qualify for the elite, not make it out group play, or win the Pup Cup?
Qualify for an elite, bro.
Yeah.
I remember saying this in the original podcast about like like all the what would you rather and stuff. But an elite is always like the pinnacle to me. If you make an elite, bro, like you're doing the right shit. Do you know what I mean?
I like that.
But yeah.
Okay, and then we've got LCQs, right, for champs. I omit the Clutch War X War roster, the Clutch Rain X War roster, the Exceptional roster, and 5 Media Clan. They all look pretty locked for champs. So it's like something wild happens in the elite in the final cup. With that said, there's going to be 2 spots available for LCQs. What 2 teams do you see taking that?
So again, do we have seedings to the LCQs?
At the minute, if like the team Diripin, if like another roster like that isn't formed, Noctum is 5th currently, Revived 6th, Falcon 7th, I believe. They look like the 3 teams, the 3 favourite teams, obviously with seedings that are going to qualify.
I don't know. That's tough. Again, I feel like those 3 teams are pretty split. Do you know what I mean? I'd honestly back either the Falcons or Noctum in that 3 that you read out as like the kind of the main contenders for it. Like obviously Noctum, they've been together for like like the boys that you have been together like a good amount of time now, and they've been like frying the entire year. I feel like Falcons, they just fucking turn up, bro. Do you know what I mean? They're just such high pace, like it's nutters. They're just fucking nuts. Like, do you know what I mean? So
I don't know what Luti does, mate, but they like that year. I mean, this year, like they just seem to be getting better and better. And like stage 2 before they went over to the Saudi lands, like they looked incredible. So how they come back, like is going to be mental. And I think like if Noctum stays 5th seed or another team isn't formed, whatever, then it's going to be Revive versus Falcons in that qualification game. Then Nocturne will end up playing, maybe like a 22, the Team
Yeah.
Ice, just someone like that who's one of
Yeah,
the
which
lower
I
elite
back
teams.
Nocturne in those type of games. Yeah.
Did you think
It's just gone.
do you think there's any upset ability from any of them lower teams to possibly make it and win that qualification game for champs?
I think there's an upset like willing to happen. Like, don't worry, there's like all the players in those teams are ridiculous. Like you got like Spell and that lot, bro. Like they're all absolute shooters. But I just feel like out of anyone, like just to turn up on the day and just like fucking just be beaming is a team like 22. You have a
Yeah.
Lampy. Do you know what I mean? You have a Zappy. Yeah, you know what I mean? You have the likes of them where like that's the type of play you watch every now and then, or you go to LAN and they just fucking like they just drop a 40 out of nowhere on like a ridiculous team. Or like I feel like there's upset abilities in that team.
22 for
be
the
honest.
upset, but I like that, and they're going to love it.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Like I think a lot of them are slept on it, but especially Zappy. I'm surprised he hasn't been called up anywhere early in the year, to be honest. And I think Seb is looking incredible as well. So
Yeah.
I like that. That would have been mine as well, but everyone says I'm biased because I'm a big Brandon and Seb fan. But
Yeah.
is what it
No, their
is.
boys are ridiculous.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, can an EU team win champs after what we saw at Toronto and the rest of the lands this year?
With Dylan Rex in fucking challenges, no. Wait, if that guy's in challenges, no, bro. I honestly, because I'm so biased because I love EU, bro. And like last year, for example, EU was unbelievable for the amount of teams we actually had going to international events and how they were doing, and like even winning. Like we won 2 of the the challenge events last year. Like last year, like we were unreal, but this year, nah, not with FaZe Black lurking around, and I don't see us making a top 4 like at champs.
Okay.
Honestly, the way it's been, bro, like.
I mean, it's an honest answer, mate, so no one can knock you for that. But
Mm.
I mean, that's them predictions. The predictions are done, mate. So they're locked in. So I mean, we're going to review this at the end of the season, Dash, and mate, see how you
Yeah.
done.
Just honking, stinking, like completely stinking up the gaff for my predictions.
Oh, I mean, that's class. I mean, so then I've got the hot seat for you, mate. Segment 3. So some quick fire questions. Take as long as you want with them, in fairness.
Yeah.
But I am going to require an answer on them,
Yeah.
Dashie, mate. So I haven't done you too bad, but let's start off with a nice easy one. Your favourite ever teammate?
Oh, this isn't a quick fire. Wait, hold up, relax. Hold up. My favorite ever teammate. Oh, do you not know Paige? I don't know why I'm thinking about this. Yeah, Paige.
Okay.
Paige. I would like, yeah.
Yeah, I can. After spending just a couple of days with him, I can see why. To be honest, what
Yeah.
what a personality, incredible.
Yeah, he's something. He is something. Yeah. I don't know what I thought about that. Yeah.
Favorite ever moment competing?
Oh, bro, beating the General Lewis on LAN, beating Luti up in Vanguard. That was like my my first year beating that Kez Higgy Luti 11 team. That was big. That's always like a weekend to remember. I'd say that never really got topped as far as just like pure dopamine. Like that was the most ridiculous weekend. But I've had some good ones. I've had some like good ones competing. Yeah, I'd say that's up there. I'd say that's it.
Right,
Yeah.
great team to beat. In fairness, so typical from
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
If you could pick up one player, you never had to. No, sorry. If you could pick one player you never had to team with again, who would it be?
Oh, so basically, my just least like I don't ever want to team. So I've teamed with them. I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
Wow. Fucking hell. Who's from that ended with on bad blood, and it's like they're not going to be shocked if I say them.
I don't know.
trying to
You tell
think.
me.
What was my teams in? I don't want to like Vanguard's like kind of irrelevant. I don't know. MW2. I started MW2 with 30 TKM Page. Then where did I go? I'm gonna have to like fucking edit some of this out, bro. This is tough, bro. I actually don't know if I've ended on bad blood with anyone really. The person I'd not want to team with most again.
There's got to be someone. Dash, come on.
Who have I teamed with this year? Have I fucked off anyone this year?
Again, mate, you tell me.
No, mate. Honestly,
You just get on
it
with
might have to be an
everyone.
MW2 team. You what?
You just get on with everyone, do you, mate?
I try to. maybe for like the MW2 period, I was switching around with a bunch of people. Um, yeah, I don't know, bro. That's it's just it's tough, innit? Because I don't know. It's I'd only want to like not team with someone again if they're just a prick. Do you know what I mean? If they were just a prick, and I mean they're round. Like, there's a lot of them, right? But
That's why I'm stunned that you can't find one, mate.
yeah, because I just avoid pricks usually, so I don't team with many. You know what I mean? I tend to avoid them. Like I tend to fucking sack them off before I even get the fucking even get to go with them. But no, genuinely, I don't know. I don't think there's anyone like, especially this year. Like, even the Italians got a horrific rep. Actually, no, I love them to bits, yeah, and they're actually unreal players. I wouldn't team with the Italians again, right? Not off any other basis, but the fact that literally, like, the amount of hate I got while teaming with them because I was teaming with them was ridiculous. And the thing is, yeah, if you've never spoke to Ulian or Jerry, yeah, Jerry gives it, yeah. So I kind of understand Jerry, gets a bit of shit, yeah, because he loves to give it. But Ulian, yeah, that guy's lovely, bro. So if you ever actually sat down and talked to them, bro, they're actually like they're beautiful people, bro. But I wouldn't team with them again yet because I just got so much shit for being on their team, bro. So that's the answer. That's a decent one, I think.
No, yeah, incredible. I didn't think we were going to get one for a minute there, but he's actually come
Yeah,
out
so
with
you might
something.
have to edit some of it. Yeah, you might have to edit some of that.
Oh, that's quality. Hardest player to ever win a gunfight against in EU.
Or can I give like three?
Go for it, mate. Stage is yours, son.
Chunk.
Ooh.
Enough said. Chunk, bro. Um, he's the hardest. Like don't get me wrong. I don't understand how he's had such shit luck, bro, with teams. But Chunk, probably Chunk and then Chunk, to be honest. Honestly. Chunk and Chunk. But no, yeah, Cobra also. People like Cobra, Harry. Oh, they're hard. They're hard gun fights. I actually don't know if I played Harry this year. I might have once. I think I have once. But he was a pretty hard gun fight. So I say Chunk, Cobra, Harry.
I mean, yeah, I can see why, to be honest,
Yeah.
mate. Favorite event you've attended? Can be playing or can be spectating.
Ooh, Toronto, bro.
Yeah.
What a fucking bro. That was unreal, bro. That was unreal. I mean, just for pure like. See, the thing is, for example, like the local land, like Middlesbrough, like we placed top 8 of that, which isn't bad at all. Definitely gonna gone like way further. And like, but like we were playing not great, but like we still got a good placement. But the vibes were just like we were all just always pissed off, like with how we were playing and shit.
Yeah.
So it's like don't get me wrong, like, we placed well at the event and stuff, but like overall, like the vibes just weren't really there. Do you know what I mean? Like no one was really happy with like what we were doing. It's like whereas Toronto's like I told you about before, like I knew kind of if I was gonna go and I was gonna slam, I was gonna love it, and if I was gonna go and get shit on, then so be it, bro. But I went there, whatever happened happened, and then I spent every single day eating good food around good people and having some good nights out. You know what I mean? So Toronto was absolutely unreal event, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's some great gas for anyone that is involved in Toronto. Incredible.
Yeah.
Um.
Sorry.
Yeah. Favorite ever comp map.
Comp what?
Favorite ever comp map.
Oh, raid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a quick one for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough. The go-to, I like it.
Raid.
Which Call of Duty title would you say you was the best at individually?
Um, Cold War. I played leagues. Cold War Vanguard probably.
Mm.
I feel like I was actually really good this year, bro. I'm not gonna pull the whole victim card, but I feel like maybe always everyone always gives me sticks for my fundamentals, which is probably where I lack is just the fundamentals. But like as far as just individual gunny, bro, like I just felt like especially when I was grinding the game like scrimming it and stuff, like there was like weeks for points where I just felt like untouchable, bro. I swear. But probably apart from that, probably like actually like Cold War, even though that was like my first COD I came to like competitive and leagues and stuff like that.
I've got to ask you something on Cold War, right? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure we played together in a pickup team on Cold War. Do you remember it? I played with a Dashie, right? With I can't remember who. Would have been Jub or C Armed or something. Maybe Dom. I can't remember. But there was a Dashie I teamed. I don't know if it was you or not.
What was is it switcheroo you said?
No, just in a two. It was in a 2K. It was just a pickup team for a 2K.
Oh, nah, I didn't play it. I played one 2K. He's gonna love this, yeah, because one of my old boys lives on this. So I played one 2K in Cold War, and it was with Paige, Tesco, Valued, and Liam Scar,
Oh,
and it was the only 2K I played that year, and we knocked Ben Wilson and that out for 128.
Nah.
I remember that shit. Yeah,
Jeez.
and when I tell you, Liam Scar lives off that, mate. He lives
For
off it.
128 as well, that's incredible.
Yeah, bro. For 120, and no, yeah, we didn't get pro points or anything, bro. But it was proper cool. That was my first ever 2K, and it was the only one I played that year. And you know the funny part about it, when I look back, I actually didn't know what I was playing in. I didn't know what challenges was at the time. That's the crazy. I just got like my, I think it was Paige was like, oh, we're playing this tomorrow at 12 beyond. I was like, oh yeah, sound. And I literally, I didn't even know what it was until I looked back on it and was like, oh yeah, it was a 2K. I mean,
That's quality. So, did you ever come across another Dashie in Cold War? Because there definitely was one. I'm gonna have to go back and find it. Who we played with, but yeah, there was another
yeah,
kid called Dashie. Is that to your
I don't
knowledge?
think I knew a dash pack, not new, but I knew of a dash pack. I think he's still bouncing about. He's still bouncing about, but no, was it spelled the same way as me as well?
Yeah, bro. Well, no, just a plain Dashie. Literally how you
Yeah,
spell it. Are you? So incredible.
yeah, it's so strange. Yeah,
So
yeah,
well, that answers that one. I was going to ask you time ago.
yeah.
If you could pick one EU Challenger player to be picked up to the league next, who would it be?
My answer to this was probably the same as it was like I'd say like 4 or 5 months ago. It's probably Cobra still.
Yeah,
Like he didn't have a great last event, but like when you deep like what he's been doing for so long, him or Harry,
yeah. I think
him or
Harry's gone
Harry,
under the radar this year. To be fair.
he's been on the radar every year, mate. It's kind of peak for him.
Yeah, great,
Like the numbers he
incredible
pulls.
player. Yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
Um, sticky one for you, mate. Never stream again or never play COD again.
Oh wow, that's actually a really good fucking question. Uh, I don't know what I'd do in streaming without COD, but I don't know what I'd do with COD at this point without streaming. This is such a back. I'd have to go never play COD again.
Oh, okay.
I know, but because I just feel like I'd go to Extrafine or like something like gave me some similar like feeling to. Because I would never, like I said, this is the point. I don't want people to think I don't love COD. I do, and that's why I still play it every single day. And I grind rank play every single day, and I even play it off stream at points with the boys. Do you know what I mean? But I couldn't give up streaming, bro. I have too much love for this shit.
I
Do you know what I
like
mean?
that. No, you looked in pain there as well, so no one can ever question your love for COD.
Yeah,
You looked in
that was
physical
tough.
pain there.
That was really tough. Yeah.
Last quality. So last one, mate, for you for the day. Would you go on another holiday with Paige and Heffy after the chaos in Toronto in Italy?
What Rome? Yeah. Oh no, I tell you what. Yeah, I'm not gonna drag out too much. Rome was absolutely ridiculous though. Like of how much like that was a good holiday, bro. It was absolutely ridiculous. I would happily go with the boys, and in fact, we will like have something sorted within, hopefully, the next 6 months or so. Um, yeah, like they're honestly like you know, I met you in Toronto. You know what it was like with the group and stuff. Like we're all just so like tight knit.
Yeah, vibey.
Like I'd happily go France or somewhere like that with them. It'd be quality, mate. I'd happily go away. Mate, Pages, tell you what, I'm not sharing a room with him again. Tell you that. I'm not sharing a room with Paige Dino again, mate.
Yeah, honestly, right. I think if we start the stories just from Toronto alone on that man in the evenings, I think we'd be here for another podcast.
Yeah, we would be. It would be a whole nother episode.
No, that's class. Actually, I've got another one for you, right?
Yep.
Scooter or walk? Are you ever touching a scooter again after your last accident?
Yeah, see, here's the thing. I was actually thinking of catching a flight back for the reach out. Because, bro, like, and like the thing is, I actually have an e-scooter, like myself. I have my own one.
No, you don't.
And I can actually, bro, yeah, I can ride them, bro. It was just, I was very, very intoxicated, bro, like really. And I still blame Heffy because he made me turn around. So yeah, I still blame him for
Oh,
making me turn around. But that wall could get reach out at some point, yeah. Yeah.
honestly, that's class. It's always have salt as well, so I mean, shout at Heffy.
Yeah.
What a bloke.
Well enough, mate. Here's your folder.
Class. I mean, that's all I got for you, mate. So, I mean, we're on to guest time. This is basically if there's anything you want to promote, anything you want to talk about we haven't discussed, or any questions you got for me. If not, we just throw it straight to an outro, mate. It's your time, basically.
What do I say? Maybe just that, like you said, like I'm still grinding. I'm still playing COD every day over on the Twitch, and I'm now making TikTok, short form content on there and streaming, and check out for the YouTube as well, coming soon. And I guess that's it as far as like my own promotion. Shout out to the boys at Katana, yeah, and everyone that supports me. Shout out to the boy Coffee. Yeah, great people I have around me, and I'm very, very blessed, bro.
I mean, a great way to end it. So we're just going to throw it straight to an outro. So we're going to be dropping all of Dashie's socials below. His TikTok, his YouTube, all the new platforms he's going to be pushing on. So make sure you drop him a follow. We're going to be dropping Katana's socials below, who this man is currently representing. So check them out. We're going to be dropping MSI plug below as well. Make sure you check that out, as this episode was powered by MSI. And obviously my own and the pits. Go show the love. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify, leave the review. And I think that's enough plugs for now. So, I mean, we'll catch you all in the next one. And Dashie, it's been a pleasure, my man.
I appreciate it, bro.